You wanna know why I wear these fairy rings made out of cardboard? Well, it's because it represents the Sims 4 very well. Flimsy, fragile, and held together with duct tapes. And the new pack, Enchanted by Nature, is no different either. Hello guys, this is Abi aka onlyabidoang. Yes, I started using facecam since 10 videos ago. And today we're going to be checking out some of the bugs in the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, the newest pack in this franchise. So, how broken are we talking about? Is it unplayable? Well, to be honest, it's playable in a way, especially with the fact that the pregnancy bug and the drag and drop bug has been fixed. But some issues that I'm going to talk about later in the video may render the game unplayable for you guys. I'm gonna explain later in the video, but let's just check some of the bugs real quick. So first of all, let's check out the bugs in Creative Sim. So there's this bug in Creative Sim where if you have a sim become a fairy and you want to edit the fairy form, even if you already have the link sim with fairy form checked, let's see. And I want to like change some of the facial features, like let's say I'm going to change his eyes, make it a bit bigger, and change the nose as well, why not? And also like, some other facial features. Let's just give an example. Let's see, so I have this already linked, right? But if I change to my human form, alright, that might not be clear, but let's just freeze it for a second and enter this cheat to freeze my sim. Here we go. Here, let me show you. So if I change it into human form, see my face. So my sim's facial structure is different between the two forms. Even though I already have the link fairy form with sim form, it's not matching at all, especially the eyes and the mouth area. I'm going to check out some more examples for like this sim right here. Let me change her up a little bit, change it here. Alright, and then I'm going to shift to human form again. Yeah, there's like a slight difference between the two forms. The facial feature doesn't sync at all. Oh, I think you can also fix this bug if you remove the fairy occult from your sim first. Let's see. Alright, and then you pick it again in Create a Sim. And now the facial feature is syncing again. Yeah, that's one of the weird bugs in this pack. So now I'm in the live mode to check out some of the live mode bugs, especially with the fairy. There's one other bug where sometimes your fairy may fly around without their wings. So the fairy form in the Sims 4 is pretty weird. It doesn't work like Sims 3, but rather it's like this state where sometimes you can have the wings on and sometimes it can be hidden. So for example, if my sim sit on the chair, he will hide the wings first and then he sits, right? And then if I make him to stand up and go somewhere else, he will then make the wings appear again and then goes to the place. And yeah, so wings isn't like this visual effect that constantly stick to your sims. It has to go through like this animation or interaction where they spread the wings or hide it, which tend to create some bugs where sometimes the wings doesn't seem to appear even though it has to appear, which makes the game kind of slow as well, since you have to like go through many animations in order to go to the sim C. See? So it is one of the issues. Sometimes you can have your sim have their wings hidden even though he's currently like flying and has to have the wings appear. Like this, for example. Wait, what the? What's this? What the hell? Bro, what the? What are you doing? Are you... Oh my god. Well, this is something. Apparently my sim is slow dancing between different floors. What the hell is this? I don't even plan to cover this bug. I guess this is another bug and it's pretty hilarious. Alright. Come on, Emily, stop doing that. That's disgusting. I guess it happens if you like queue up a lot of interactions in the first place while in fairy form. See? Like this one, for example. She doesn't seem to have her wings out even though she's supposed to. And yeah, I know that. And now it happens again. It's very weird. So for example, I order my sim to sit and the chair is still there, so far away. And then he will hide the wings before approaching the chair, which makes it so that he floats there without any of his wings. Yeah, pretty weird, but not really game breaking. Still immersion breaking though. One other issue in this pack is also with ailments. So ailments is basically this curse or disease-like system in this pack that corresponds to the new balance system and some other system in this game where there are 8 types of ailments total. It has like this bizarre effect that can both benefit and also have some drawbacks to your sim. For example, my sim right here have the burning passion ailment because of him being very imbalanced. Ailments can also spread between other sims usually by physical touch or close interactions. But the issue with ailments here that players have reported is that it's very common, extremely common even. And it even occurs even if the sim is very balanced or are not in contact with any sims with any ailments, all that stuff, and they still get ailments. There's even like an official bug report regarding this where people have complained that it's getting too frequent, and this person right here said that their sim gets at least 3 to 5 ailments in the course of the week, which is yeah, that's a lot. They also have like 3 ailments back to back with no cooldown. Yeah, people already complain about this. I know that some arguments may appear saying that this is actually a challenge for the game, especially for players who want more challenge, but sometimes you have to differentiate between like a challenge in the good game design and a challenge in the bad game design, because I don't think this one is a challenge that people are going to enjoy facing. Usually for features like this in this game, they usually have like this cooldown featured illnesses. For example, like in the Get to Work, if I'm not wrong, from the code itself, they have like this immunity cooldown for several days that makes the sim immune to illness before getting one again. But apparently, this wasn't applied when Ailments was around. Someone even made a mod here that has like a 3-day cooldown after you cure an ailment, so there's like a grace period, which is actually a pretty great addition. I wish they add them in the game, but yeah, without that, you may have to experience ailments like almost constantly. So this isn't really a bug, but rather like a tuning issue within the game. Luckily, they've responded to this issue and are still investigating the reports and tuning settings. For now, you need to disable imbalance in the game settings. But the thing is, this only disables balance and imbalance, which is one of the main causes of ailments. But it doesn't really disable ailments entirely. But if you have like meet someone with an ailment and then you are in contact with them, well, it may transmit to your sim and you get ailments and the cycle starts again. I feel that they just have to like add a cooldown between different ailments, and that might be the great option for this feature in my opinion. This also leads to this other bug where players have experienced their sims throwing up randomly. So I think throwing up is like a feature with ailments, so they can throw up in the toilet if they're experiencing ailments. There's even like a bug report here regarding that issue, and this time the sim doesn't have any ailments nor are pregnant, so they just throw up without any causes, and it happens constantly, which interrupts their actions in the game. Yeah, pretty annoying as well. I think I also saw my sims doing that sometimes. There's this one bug that actually crashes the game. I've tested this bug before and I experienced it once, but then when I tried again in the game and to produce the same crash, it weirdly doesn't happen. So according to this bug report that's made by someone, this bug can occur where a teen fairy sim has just grown up, and then if you try to apply a glowing tattoo in create a sim on their fairy form and then you enter the game, it'll literally crash the game. But let's just try it one more time. So here I have a child sim that's gonna to grow up to teen, and here I'm going to grow him up to a teenager real quick. He's actually a fairy sim. Oh, that looks sure is something. Anyway, I'm going to change him and create a sim to add the new glowing tattoo. Let's see whether it crashes my game or not, because it only happened once in my game. Let's just add the new glowing tattoos here. I think this one, this, maybe some other. Yeah, this one, or maybe the face. Yes, so those are the glowing tattoos. When I go to live mode, it immediately exits my game and crashed it. But now, I don't know. Maybe it'll work, let's see. Yeah, apparently it works. And the crash doesn't happen again. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what triggers it again. Yeah, apparently, according to this bug report, I'm not alone. So yeah, it's probably one of the bugs that may occur to some of you. There's also one other bug that It's not really game breaking, but it literally disables an entire feature from the pack. So there's this new plant, right, called lightning root. You can harvest for some of the ingredients, and one of the main features from the lightning root plant is that you can hook it up to your power grid to lower your power bills, especially when they're already mature. And you can also see here, if you hover over it, there's like this grid status not connected. Yeah, so usually if you click on the plant, there's going to be an option to like connect it to your power, but here I don't see the option anywhere. Even if the plant is already mature and ready to harvest, I can collect the lightning root leaves, but yeah, there's not a single option to hook it up to my power grid. So I read through the bug report, right, regarding this issue, and one person said that apparently this interaction will only be available if your plant is at the mature level, so not the blossom level, according to this person right here. Apparently this plant is currently blossoming, and if I use cheats and then edit its growth stage to mature here, let's see. And now you can connect it to the power grid. So yeah, that's like one weird exclusion for this plant. Let's see if it works. I'm going to do the connect to power grid interaction. Alright, it uses the usual repairing animation. Let's see. Oh yeah, now it's connected, and it'll lower my power bills. They should tune that interaction so that it applies to both mature and blossoming plants, because this really confused me when I tried this plant out. The next bug I'm going to check is this bug from the Naturopath career, the new active career in this pack. So with this career, when your time to work is up, you can choose between going to work to the rabbit hole style where you disappear, work from home, or you can see clients to your home lot. And the active aspect from this career is the one where you can see clients from your home. So let's see. Here I already have a client, right, where I have to like diagnose what their issue is. Do they have like ailments, or are they only having like physical or emotional distress? But what I consider is annoying with this client is that they don't seem to stay on their place, especially when you have to like conduct the client, have some examinations with it. Yeah, they just go anywhere. They can just stay in that place, which can get very annoying, especially if you have like limited time to complete all of this. Yeah, they're going anywhere. Like they have to smell the dust, go here, go there. Meanwhile, I have to like order her to do some push-ups and have her yell. I also have to holistically examine the client. I have to like do some moods and stuff. And yeah, she's just going to have some coffee and not stay in the place. I think they have to like add this behavior with apothecary clients where they can stay in place and not like disrupts your activity or like use any objects in the home, because they just won't stand still. Look, what are they doing now? Oh, okay, that makes sense. She's throwing up. But yeah, you get what I mean. It's just like the basic issue with Sims as a whole, where they just won't stay still even if they have to. I mean, at least the doctor career lets the patient stay in the bed, but this one, yeah, very annoying. There's this one weird bug. Well, it's not really a bug, but rather an oversight. So if you have a gnome you brought to life and you task it to repair and upgrade objects, if there's nothing broken, it'll teleport around your home and upgrade objects that are upgradable. So for this toilet right here, I think it's going to upgrade it with self-cleaning, which is really great. What about now? Alright, now it has the composting container upgrade. It's an upgrade from the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack, and if it's added, the toilet now uses less water, but now it produces flammable compost. And if you don't have any insect farm nearby, well, it could literally start a fire to your sim. Alright, let me just have my sim pee here for a minute. I think she's safe for now. Well, there you go. My sim is on fire. So if you're not careful and you're not paying attention to what's being upgraded by the gnomes, this may happen to you. There's also this other bug. Well, it's not really an issue, but it's worth mentioning. So if you have an old save and then you just installed the Enchanted by Nature pack, and then you go straight to the Innisgreen neighborhood and check out the new pre-made sims. So the Summer Dream household, for example, they're supposed to be a fairy, right? Well, if you check it out, here she's considered as a human, except for the kid for some reason. They're supposed to be a fairy, and now if we added them in Create a Sim, well, she's considered as a human here, both Titania and Oberon, which is strange because they're supposed to be a fairy. But if you continue playing the game, let's say I'm going to continue playing the save here, and then I encounter these sims in the game after I loaded the game. So I'm already in my household right now. I'm going to visit the Summer Dream family in the Innisgreen to check whether if they're a fairy or not. Alright, we're here. Let's see, where are you? Titania and Oberon, where are you guys? Why am I only seeing the kid? Come on. Oh, alright, here she is, Titania. And now, if you click on her, you can see the fairy interactions there. You can talk about flying, you can joke about wing patterns, so now she's a fairy. But apparently she's not in the world view. And strangely, after visiting them, when you click on them, they're still considered as a human here. See, even though you've already met them as a fairy. It's not like a serious issue, but like a simple display error. Worth mentioning for some of you guys. And I think I'm going to end the video here. So those are some of the bugs and current issues within the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, which is now 2 weeks since it's released. So what do you think of these bugs and issues? And if you've played the pack before, did you experience any other bugs that I haven't mentioned here? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do and want more Sims videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you later!